Hello and happy Monday, the 27th of July. Norman Jennings here, your spiritual guide and divorce empowerment coach, coming in with the energies of the week from today, the 27th of July, until Sunday, the 2nd of August. How are you? I hope that you're all okay, given the intense energies of July so far. And, we're only a couple of weeks away from eclipse season. So it's all going on. Right. This is quite a big week. So how I want to frame it first is that, first of all, the Lionsgate portal has opened. That opened yesterday. And it's open until the 12th of August, and it peaks on the 8th of August. Many of you know this. This year, Jupiter is in Leo for the first time in 12 years. So that brings an added expansion to this energy. So it's all, it's a really good portal for expansion, luck, especially with Jupiter joining in. It's a good time to get clear, let go of something so that you can receive, get clear on what you want, sorry. So that's going on kind of in the background. We've also got the Barbault basket still happening, and that's also playing its part this week. And we have a full moon in Aquarius, and we have the lunar nodes changing signs today. So there's a lot going on in terms of the astrology. So the lunar nodes changing signs today, the 27th. So the north node is moving into Aquarius and the south node moving into Leo. You can see I'm reading my notes so I don't get it wrong. And this is going to help you see things from a different perspective. And perhaps things that you thought weren't possible, suddenly you have a different perspective on them and you think, well, hang on a minute, maybe they are possible. So this week is all about releasing fear and trusting your higher purpose. So fear keeps us small, as you know, and we're very good at being in fear, really. And that can be from conditioning, from what society tells us, but quite often it's the stories we tell ourselves as well. And fear comes from ego. So this week, it would be really good if you could step more into your soul's energy, what your soul's trying to tell you and show you, and connecting in with your soul and your higher self. Because the sun has now gone into the Barbault basket. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. And as I've said, and no, I haven't said this, but that kind of adds in more energy, lights things up, and it's asking you to shine your soul's light. It's like a personal reset. We're also in Leo season, aren't we? And that's all about, showing up. So when you're more in alignment with your higher self and your soul, and you know this because I've talked about this before, you can achieve anything. You don't let your ego get in the way. And we often think of ego, don't we, as showing off and all the rest of it. But it isn't really. Ego's, our worries and doubts too. And it's the mind telling ourselves stories to keep us safe. It plays a part. But when it's holding us back, it's not really being very helpful. And then we have the, I've already talked about the lunar nodes. We've got the Aquarius full moon on Wednesday. And we also have a Jupiter Cazimi on Wednesday. Now, apparently that's very lucky, again, with that expansion energy. The Aquarius full moon is going to show us perhaps where we feel uncomfortable in life and ask us to, really decide if we want to stay in those uncomfortable places. It's also asking us to envisage our higher self our highest timeline, our greatest vision for our life. But with this Jupiter Cassini happening on the same day, it's actually a really lucky day on the 29th. So where are you ready to really step up and shine? And then on Saturday we have La Masse, 1st of August. August already. It's kind of the peak of summer. It's halfway between the summer solstice and the autumn equinox. And, you know, it's a good time to look back, see how far you've come, celebrate all your achievements. Celebrate you, actually. It doesn't even have to be achievement. Celebrate the fact you're still standing, given everything that's gone on already this year, energetically. My guides really want you to know that this is a really good week, and up until well, all of August as well. So, well, hang on, let me reframe this. So what they're saying is this is a really good week to get clear on what it is you want to create in your life, but be really clear about it. And you know, you, as we've said, we've got the Lionsgate portal until the 12th. So really use this energy to maybe do a vision board or journal or whatever it is, but really get clear what it is you want to create. What is it you're heading towards? What is it you want to head towards? A lot of you know this, but it's a bit scary to move towards it. But this energy is asking you to let it go, that sort of feeling of fear. Easier said than done, I know. But if you step into your connection with yourself and your embodied intuition and your soul self, you'll be able to feel it and see it and do it. Really utilize these energies I'm being shown. This is quite a big moment. I actually could feel quite emotional. It's a really big moment for shaking off any shackles, for staying small, for fitting in with somebody else's story. It's really time now to go, okay, well, this is what I really want to see in my life. How do I get there? And yes, it might be scary, but actually that is what I'm here for. I'm here to teach, to guide, to show, to heal. Or you're just here to live your best life, you know, the life that brings you happiness, whatever it is, okay? It's time to really move towards that. I know some of you have been trying to, but this energy is really going to catapult you forward, or it could help catapult you forward. It's also asking you to remember your gifts, remember who you are at a soul level. And that's one of the reasons I'm running a Lionsgate portal activation on the 8th of August online at 7 p.m. on Zoom. I normally do some sort of quick activation, but this is more detailed in that you'll get a chance to really sit with yourself, do some journaling, have some messages from my guides, and maybe some oracle cards, really bringing in the light of the Lionsgate portal to help you. So if that's something you're interested in, then I've put the details above this video. Yeah. So the other reason for all of this is the more you can let go of, the more that you can allow in, because it is about receiving. By the 12th of August, you'll be less affected by the eclipses, in theory, because our first eclipse is on the 12th of August and it's a total solar eclipse, which brings in, you know, well, it brings in our new path to reality, but it also, the eclipse is like, if you haven't let go of stuff, it might do it for you, because eclipses can be a bit intense and remove things anyway. But that's often then done in a more, I was going to say shocking way, in a way that's harder to deal with from your nervous system's perspective. So the more you can do this yourself, the better. And then there's another eclipse at the end of the month. But just focus on this week for now. Okay. I've also drawn a couple of cards from the Light Seers Tarot. We've got Five of Pentacles, which is interesting. So some of you feeling like, you know, why aren't I abundant in health or wealth? What's missing? You know, a little bit of victim energy maybe going on here. Remember I was talking about the ego? But actually, if you look at this card, the key is there to the door. The key is within you. Honestly, you have more power than you realize to turn it around and just look at things from a different perspective. You are capable of anything and everything. You are limitless at the end of the day. So just try to, if this is affecting you, try and turn that around, because it's all there for you. And then if you do that, we have the Queen of Cups energy, which is beautiful. She's really in touch with her intuition. She's really allowing things to flow in her life. Okay, so it may well be that this is being heightened at the beginning of the week because of all these energies that are coming in, and it's been exhausting. I don't know about you, I've been completely exhausted. So, and this energy is there for you as well. Okay, so if you're stuck, if you need some help with any of this, then maybe you'd like a session with me and my guides. So an intuitive coaching session or something like that, where we look at, you know, your soul's perspective, or you could even have, you know, soul plan reading, or we can look in your Akashic records. It doesn't really matter as long as we get you to a place where you can see where your soul wants you to head towards. So I hope you have an amazing week. Please do make the most of these energies. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful week, and I will be back next week, possibly at a later time because I've got a meeting in the morning. So yeah, you're welcome, Joe. Take care.